great response for the tutorial that I actually created for Sabrina from the S Factor when I created the Baker's Twine Shabby Flowers and the jute Shabby Flowers that I had put together for her birthday challenge. And I wanted to show some of the others that I have created and show you how to do these. Now, you can see this shoebox. This is some of my shabby flower stuff that I have on hand to actually create flowers with. A little tin of buttons. I have a little cup of those little, ooh, shoot that one off. Those little tiny rubber bands you can get at Dollar Tree. You can get these at the Dollar Tree. And thrift store material from a jacket I found. Thrift store skirt. Thrift store, actually this was an old shirt of mine I didn't wear anymore. One of those stretchy magic shirts, I think is what they called them. And all of these things are cut into different circle sizes. And there is some burlap down here as well on the bottom. And this stuff, my husband laughed at me the first time I first time he seen me save it, wasn't the first time I saved it. But these come off of onion packs, avocado packs, ham, different things, different shapes. And I save them, and if they need to be ran through the dishwasher, so that I know that they're sanitized, that's what I do. I run them through the dishwasher. And this will sometimes just give you a different stability, a different look on your flower. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll do a white and peach one. And I am going to go ahead and pull a couple of the netting in. And these are going to just give me a little bit of a stiffness because this white material is very thin. You can see through it. And I usually do a couple layers of one. And then let's do some of the tulle, the peach tulle. And like I said, I usually sit and cut circles out of the material so that I can, when I'm ready to put the flowers together, I can just put flowers together. So I'm going to put some tulle in there. And then I'm going to go ahead, that circle didn't cut out very well, did it? Let me go ahead and get that trimmed up before we get started on that. Now I do have my hot glue gun heating up just in case I need it, but usually I don't need them with these. It can be used just as a backup. I'm going to put 2 pieces of that in there and hold it while I layer again the white on top of that, and it's just going to give it a little bit of body. And I'm going to layer that and put some more of this peach tulle on there. And how many pieces you use is just going to be totally up to you. And whether you want the peach on top or the white on top. Now, if I want the peach on top, I may put another line on, another stack on that so that the peach shows up a little bit more. If I want the white on top, I'd go ahead and add another piece of the white on top of that. I think what I do want to do is I may just go ahead and just do the peach on top. So I'm going to go ahead and take a couple more of the peach tulle, But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of this white netting underneath that peach tulle. To give it a little bit more interest and dimension. And I'm going to lay that out there. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in my bucket over here. Now while I get ready, I'm going to get a button out. And because these are actually wider circles, I'm going to use a little bit of a bigger button here. So I'm going to get out a button. And I want to find probably a white or a light colored band. I'm going to go ahead and pull that one out. And because I want this to be the top of my flower, I'm going to flip this over and put that in the center. You know what? I'm going to put something on the top of this. So if I want this to be the top, but I want this flower to actually have a center that looks like this, I'm going to put the button on the back side. If I want a flower and I want to put something in the center of it for interest, then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to have the button on the top part of it. And here's why. If I put it on the top side, I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to center that button right as best I can and keeping it flat. And I'm going to take this rubber band and I am going to now wrap that several times around the button. And then I'm going to come back to the center of the other side and I'm going to open it up. Now I can still see that button as I open that, and that's why I would go ahead and I can either use another rubber band on that, make it a little tighter, use that same one and make it tighter, or if I'm not going to worry too much about it because I'm going to be putting a decorative centerpiece in the middle of my flower, I can use my hot glue and secure that down there. But before I do that, I want to make sure that everything is fairly equal all the way around. So I should have picked another color so you can see this a little bit better. I have this wood board here, this wood cutting board that I've got. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to set this down and I just want to make sure that my material is fairly equal all the way around so that you can see that we have interest all the way around that and around the top. Now I'm looking at this side and I can see the unevenness, and that's not going to matter right now. We can fix that as soon as we're done, as soon as we're past this point. So because I'm going to use this side as my front, as my top, I want to go ahead and make sure that the material is where I want it. And I'm going to take my hot glue gun here and I am going to just kind of load it up in the middle of where that button is at and that material meets. And be careful with it. And I'm going to pull it up together so that I know that it's going to hold fairly well. And not only am I going to do that, But once that catches and cools a little bit, I am going to go ahead and turn it over and add a second band. It gives me a little bit more faith, I should say, in the strength that's going to hold this backside together as well. So you can see, kind of looks like a ghost. Ooh. So anyway, all right, so I'm gonna flip this on over, and I have now got this piece that's been nice and cool down on in there. Now I want to go ahead and kind of fold that and make sure everything is kind of evened up. Now it's not going to be perfect because it's a flower. Not only that, it's a shabby flower. So I'm going to take my well-used trusty scissors here and go right around this edge. And it's going to be shabby. That's what we want. It's a nice shabby flower. So if you have little, we call them ponytail holders in my house as my girls were growing up. My youngest will be 20 in June, and she's in college right now. And my oldest is 30. So, yes, mine were spread quite a distance apart, but I was very, very happy to have special time with each of my girls. I have 3 daughters, and I'm just such a blessed woman. Not only do I have 3 daughters, but my husband, he has his children as well. So we have a large family for our children. He himself has 3 girls and a boy. So, you know, together we have 6 girls and a boy and a son. 6 girls and a son, daughters and a son. So, yes, at least I had the girls to do foo-foo things for. Now, as you've seen, I went ahead and just trimmed that off. Nothing fancy. There's our layers. And we're coming up to that top layer there. Oh yeah. And you can see the glitz off of the material from the little jacket that I had found at the thrift store, and the tulle from the skirt at the thrift store, and of course the netting from, goodness, I don't know what that one was from, white, could have been an onion. I don't know. My kids laugh at me too. They drive by and they're like, oh, look, there's a dresser. Glad Mom's not with us. She would try to figure out a way to get it home. So, okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick something to go right into the center of this flower. How easy is that? I mean, if you can cut a circle, if you have a button and you have a rubber band, a ponytail, something small, you can make these. Scissors. You don't have to have glue. You don't have to have any special dye. You don't have to have any other special skills. You need scissors and know how to cut. That's it. I can do it. My goodness, that means that you can do it. Well, I am very happy that I can share these simple ways. So let's go ahead and get something picked out for this beauty. Okay, I'm back. Now I will insert pictures of my embellishment cart to do this sort of thing. if some of you recognize, these are the containers from Dollar Tree. I will say I have several. I told you guys in some of my first videos, this is something that the Lord has had on my heart for a very long time, is to start doing videos and sharing the experience of crafting and sharing the love of the Lord and the gifts that He gives us. Each of us have different gifts, and my gift is to see stuff and to change it into something different, and I am very grateful for that gift, and I didn't realize just how fortunate I was to be gifted that, and to be able to share it with you all is just amazing at this point in my life. So I went ahead and most of my little containers are labeled. So this is the Dress It Up buttons. And I had already looked through some of my others, and I really thought that maybe this one would be really pretty in the center of that, because it has the same colors, and I could just place it right in the middle of that flower. But I'm not sure if it has enough strength to hold open, because that is a very, very thick flower. Now, you don't have to do this. You can flip it over and then, you know, trim it kind of the other direction, you know, holding it up this way and trimming it, and that'll give you more of your material cutting to the inside, showing the layers in a better way. But since I did it the other direction, it gives me more layers going out, so you can see my bottom layers as well as my top layers. But I'm not sure, I think that may not quite be heavy enough. Here is, here's a heart. I have beautiful like pearl buttons. Let's see, cameos. I think that's pretty as well, but I don't know if that black may be just too dark for those light colors. There's a little cherub. Let's see here. Well, that one's kind of pretty too. It has a little bit of the darkness around it with that gold, but it does have a little bit of a mother of pearl look to the center. Or I just think we need something a little more contrasting than that. There's another heart. Let's see. I may do that one's kind of pretty. Find my center again. There it is. I think that may be good. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and do that one. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this back down. Find my center, just like that. I'm gonna put a good dollop of hot glue right in that centerpiece. Because this is a button, it does have that facet on the back side, so it makes it great to go ahead and stick right on in that hole and hold it there until that glue hole cools just a bit and grabs a hold of that button. And because it is a button, it has the hole in the center of it, and that hot glue is going to go right through the hole of that fastener, and we should have a fairly good hold on this button. So let me go ahead and open this back up. I can press it this direction. We can fluff it back up. Looks like I may need to do a little more trimming on that bottom piece down there. It sticks out just a bit. Yep. Okay. And now you have a shabby flower that you can do what you want with. It can be sent as an embellishment. It can be used on an altered book. I want to show you something. I just think that turned out really pretty. Very pretty. And it didn't take us long at all. You sit one night and you cut your circles out and you have your little toolbox, or your fishing tackle box, your crafting tackle box as I call mine, if you recall. And you're ready to go. You can do these on the road. You can do them sitting in front of a program, your favorite program. So many different ways you can do this, and different colors, and how easy, how simple. All right, I'm going to show you another thing you can do with this beautiful flower. Alrighty, look at these. Look how big these are. I found these at my local Dollar Tree. So when you think about that, these huge jumbo paper clips are 33 cents a piece, 34 cents a piece if you think about your tax and everything else. So I thought I may be able to, I think I can, look at this. It's gonna slide right on off of there. Woohoo! Not only now do I have a pom-pom, now I can take my flower, stick that right on up there, and I can glue that on. And look, oh my goodness, I am going to do that. I am so gonna do that. So I'm gonna go ahead, I know I get so excited, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and add some hot glue around the tip of this and kind of down the sides. And I am going to take that and slide. Look at how easy that button slides right on in there. That button back. Slide that on down. Hold that into place while that glue just cools. While it warms back up, while it cools on down there. Oh my goodness. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, look at that jumbo paper clip. I am just tickled, tickled, tickled. Let me see if I can show you how big this is. Okay, so this is my Tim Holtz ruler. And I'm going to, now I'll put this on one side so you can actually see. It is originally, let's see, I'm going to say 4 inches. And so once I put my little flower on there, look at that. Can you see that? I just am so happy at the way that turned out. I think that's beautiful. I just think it's beautiful. And the back is not ugly by far because you've got it covered with that material and that button. Now you could always go back in and put some more hot glue around that and pull that back piece of material down a little bit so that it, it'll hold and it'll hold. Let's go ahead and do that so I can show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to fold that up. I'm going to put some more hot glue on that paper clip right there. And then I'm going to take the top layer of, which would be the very bottom layer of our flower, and I'm going to just kind of lift that and hold that right on that paper clip. Look at there. And now we have a little more stability. So there's the back of your paper clip, and there's the front of your paper clip. What do you think? I am just tickled with the way this turned out. All right, ladies, look for the miracle today. Let me know about it. I would love for you to introduce yourself to me and let us become friends. Always looking for new people to become a crafty friend with me. Thank you. Have a blessed day, and don't forget to subscribe. If you want to know when I'm uploading another video, hit that bell button and it will notify you as soon as I'm uploading a new video. Have a blessed day.